over here. This is the old maybe 50-metre mark for the practice range. We're at the coaching hut end, and just tell us about what you've done here.
Yeah, we wanted to wrap the green around into this area. When we talked about using up the range for the putting green, it was taking the green and wrapping it around the corner here to an area everyone's really familiar with, because they could hit the little pitch shots to this flag that was right about here, maybe the first one that was off of the tee, and they could be familiar with that view, seeing down there. Obviously the putting green was tucked away behind the purakawa trees over here, but given just the size and shape of this area, we thought it was going to be probably a little popular spot for people that maybe weren't playing, weren't about to tee off, but they wanted to come and work on their game, and they wanted to just kind of tuck themselves away. And we also thought this is probably going to be a popular spot for you as well, and for the rest of the team in the pro shop. When people wanted lessons, maybe they didn't want to be right out in front of the pro shop, but you wanted to kind of tuck away and where you could spend a bit of time working on the game, or giving people lessons, or going through some drills, or those sorts of things. And so I think this is going to be a popular spot for people. Maybe they're not teeing off, or they're playing with their mates or their friends or that sort of stuff. They just want a little bit of privacy, a little bit of seclusion, and I think this is probably going to be the spot for that.
Don't tell too many people about my secret spot down here, Phil. So Phil, these weren't here before, and you got some nice planting. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we thought this was an opportunity to, again, probably add to the dunes look and feel. They're not original sand dunes, but if we can give them that feeling, that certainly for people that are coming here for the first time, once all the plants are actually growing in, then you might feel like you're walking through some of the dunes down at the beach to get to a location. I think it just added a little bit of separation from the car park, a little bit of separation from the houses over here, and it added a little bit of contour, so we had some of the shoulders that can come into the green, and people can use that as for their breaking putts and those sorts of things. So kind of just added to the look and feel of the whole area.
So we're at the furthest point on closest to the car park here. What's our distance down to the far end down here? What have we got?
Do you want the rangefinder out for the putting? Yeah, from cut to cut, so just behind where Kerry's standing here, all the way over the ridge and down to the bottom end is over 130 metres. And so you'll remember the range was about 180 metres long from where people were hitting to the back fence, or we certainly wanted people to be short of that. We've used up a lot of that space, and so I know some people within the organisation are pretty keen to see who can hold the longest putt on the screen, and so there will be plenty of attempts at that. You'll be able to hold a putt from over 100 metres here when we're all said and done, so it's going to be a bit of fun.
And just a question we've been getting in the shop is just about the speed of green in relation to out on the golf course.
Yeah, I think the goal for Blair and the team is to try and get this green here to run exactly the same as the one out on the course. Slightly different grass species. We've got 4 different kinds of bent in the green mix here, and maybe we'll get Blair to talk a little bit more about that in the specifics of it. So the grass might be a little bit different to the greens that we've got out on the course at the moment, but the maintenance practices over time, this will take a little bit of nurturing, but over time we want this green here to run exactly the same pace as the one out on the course.
Great. We're going to walk down the range now, the old range, and onto the new putting green, and we'll keep walking down.